How's it going, everyone? We have an interesting week of new game releases because, let's be honest, all eyes are on one particular release this week, and you even see it with the lineup this week. It seems like every other publisher and developer was like, yeah, let's move out of the way and let's let this one particular game just eat up the entirety of the week, because you're gonna see this week, in terms of quantity, incredibly sparse. There are a couple of other lower key titles that are coming out that I do want to give mention to. An update that won't be relevant to PlayStation now, but something I do want to note at the end of this video. But let's not mince words here. This week is all about one game, and that game is, of course, Avalanche Software, Warner Brother Games, Hogwarts Legacy. Man, oh man, it has been a long time coming for the release of Hogwarts Legacy, and to me, this game has been a little bit of an eye-opener, because look, I understand Harry Potter is a gigantic franchise. I understand that people have wanted a Harry Potter game for a long time, but the metrics, the numbers that this game is pulling, and also, just anecdotally speaking, I feel like I am surrounded by a lot of people in my real life that some of them are very much casual gamers. They'll play a video game every now and again. They'll play Call of Duty every now and again. They'll play XY game that, you know, is one of the bigger game releases of the year. But they don't have, you know, a calendar of all the upcoming game releases. And they don't follow game releases week to week. They are following Hogwarts Legacy. It is kind of a barometer that I use to gauge how much a game is hitting the cultural mainstream. Hogwarts Legacy has absolutely hit the cultural mainstream, and while it is only coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC for now, come February the 10th, it will ultimately be available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and even the Nintendo Switch. We'll see how it runs on there. It is Steam Deck verified, of course. And then it would be, I'd be remiss if I don't mention, February 10th is the listed release date, but in reality, I know many of you guys will be buying the Digital Deluxe Edition. The content in the Digital Deluxe Edition, you know, there's some cool stuff. There's the Thestral Mount, there's the Dark Arts Battle Arena, the Dark Arts Cosmetic Set, the Dark Arts Garrison Hat. But most notably, they're getting your extra $10 for that 72 hours of early access. Look, I've been a broken record on my thoughts on the idea of locking early access, quote-unquote, to a single-player game behind a Digital Deluxe Edition. In reality, what's going on is if you spend $60 on the game on the PC version or $70 on the console version, they're pushing that game back for you. You're not getting it early if you're playing the Digital Deluxe Edition. The game is already done. Like, let's be real here. We know what's going on, and of course, as far as the game itself goes, it's a massive open-world action RPG set in the world first introduced in the Harry Potter books. Embark on a journey through familiar and new locations as you explore and discover magical beasts, customize your character and craft potions, master spellcasting, upgrade talents, and become the wizard you want to be. Experience Hogwarts in the 1800s. Your character is a student who holds the key to an ancient secret that threatens to tear the wizarding world apart, make allies, battle dark wizards, and ultimately decide the fate of the wizarding world. Your legacy is what you make of it. Live the unwritten. So, if you're a fan of Harry Potter, this is going to be a game that I think is going to be right up your alley, in the sense that it is going to be a love letter to those of you that are a fan of Harry Potter. However, based on what we've seen thus far, if you're not a Harry Potter fan, if you're like me and you're just going into this expecting a well-made, robust, open-world adventure RPG, man, I think you're gonna get that as well. It looks like there's a lot of variety in the gameplay. It looks like there's a lot of variety in the various enemies that you're gonna face. A lot of variety in the gameplay as well when you have the different battles you're gonna encounter, but then there's also all the classes you're gonna attend, and etc, all the characters you'll interact with. It seems like a game that, at its heart and soul, there's a lot of decision making involved as well, and how the experience unravels for you is gonna lead to a very engaging experience, and quite possibly an incredibly playable experience as well. Again, we initially thought that we were going to get this game at the end of 2022, saw a very slight delay into 2023, but given that this is a game that people have been wanting and talking about for years and years, it's nice that we're finally going to get our hands on Hogwarts Legacy come February 10th for the standard edition. Ultimately, if you do buy the Digital Deluxe Edition for an additional $10, you'll get all the in-game items, but you will also, most importantly, get that 72 hours of early access. Again, this really does feel like a week where all the other games kind of were pushed to the side and they were like, okay, this is the week for Hogwarts Legacy. This game is gonna be on another level, and we really don't need to be competing with it. And I think as far as the big titles go, you've got titles like Wanted Dead coming up, and Wild Hearts, Atomic Heart. Those are later in February. Tales of Symphonia Remastered, etc., etc. I think they made the best decision by not releasing in the same week as Hogwarts Legacy. I don't know if that was done intentionally. Sometimes release dates are just... They happen when they happen, and when a game is ready to go, it's ready to go. But in this particular case, I just think, whether intentional or not, I think it does all those games a favor because all eyes are going to be on Hogwarts Legacy this coming week. Couple of other games to note. These are super low-key, but I figured, let's give them some attention. Arcadia Fallen is a brand new visual novel. Play the role of a young alchemist apprentice who is unwillingly bound to an illegal spirit. Suddenly drawn into a war between humanity and magic, they must join a group of unlikely heroes to escape their own doom, hopefully saving the world along the way. Want to give this a mention because as far as visual novels go, this has had a very strong reception. 152 reviews on Steam, 98% positive, and a 76 on Metacritic as well. So that will be coming this week to PS4. And then also Dicey Dungeons, a game that dropped on PC back in August of 2019. A rogue-like deck builder. Become a giant walking dice, explore dungeons, and defy Lady Luck in this dice-powered roguelike, now featuring Reunion, a free DLC with 6 brand new episodes as well. This again dropped on PC a few years ago. 7,998 reviews, 89% positive as far as Steam reception goes, and a solid 80 on Metacritic. So that'll be available. And then one final thing to note. Monster Hunter Rise on PC and Nintendo Switch. Ultimately, this will be rolling out on PS4 and PS5 as well, but Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak Expansion Title Update 4 will be launching on February 7th. With this, it's a free title update. It includes new monsters, anomaly research quests, event quests, and there will be some additional downloadable content that will be added. A layered armored set gift campaign, and free content is being rolled out. There is an in-depth detail outlining from Capcom, and of course, the game just dropped on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. Unfortunately, the Sunbreak expansion is not yet available, but Monster Hunter Rise was a generally well-received game, and it makes a strong impact on PS5 as well with great performance. So more content will be coming to that. I wanted to make note of that. Currently, this update will be available on PC and Switch on February the 7th. But that is going to do it for me. Again, we spent the bulk of this video talking about Hogwarts Legacy because this week is all about Hogwarts Legacy. I truly believe that this is going to be one of, if not literally the biggest game release of the year. Really, in terms of a sales standpoint, the only game that I see beating Hogwarts Legacy is this year's Call of Duty, and I think Call of Duty is going to have a hard time this year just because I think a lot of people picked up Modern Warfare 2, and I do believe there's this amount of people that don't buy Call of Duty yearly anymore. They just buy the Call of Duty games that interest them, and Modern Warfare 2 was the one that interested them last year, that this year might be a skip, and I think ultimately that could pave the way for Hogwarts Legacy to literally be the best-selling game of the year. And also bear in mind, it's hitting every platform: PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series, PC, and ultimately Nintendo Switch as well. So if you want to compare it to games like the upcoming Zelda title, Spider-Man, Starfield, those games are going to be limited based on the fact that they're limited in terms of how many platforms they're on. That's where I'm getting to with Hogwarts Legacy. Nonetheless, sales are one thing. I just think this is going to be a gargantuan release that it's cool to see so many people excited about it. Even as a non-Harry Potter fan, I'm incredibly looking forward to playing it. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.